It's the new year and you want to start getting some consistency with your gym workouts so that you can start to build strength and build muscle. I was in the exact same position. I was never overweight, but I was just skinny and I didn't have much muscle at all. And I remember going into the gym and struggling to bench press with the 12-kilo dumbbells. And I tried dozens of times to start going consistently to the gym, but nothing ever stuck. And it wasn't until I found out about this little mindset trick that I was able to finally go consistently enough that I actually started to see some progress finally and unlock these limiting beliefs that I had and finally start to become the version of myself that I wanted to be. And since 2023, I've had over 350 workouts at the time of recording. And I can now say that I enjoy going to the gym so much, and it's just part of my daily routine now. I don't even have to think about it, and this is a far cry from the situation I was in a few years ago. And in this video, I'm going to talk about what changed for me, like mindset wise, and the specific things that I did to get to this point. So if you're new here, I'm Kieran, and I make videos on helping you to lean down, see some visible abs, and also building up a gym habit so that you can start to build some muscle. And I also document my own physique journey on this channel as well. Now, such a common problem that I had was there was just so much information, and you can find one person saying you need to train 3 times a week low volume, and then another person saying no, like the more volume the better. And it was just information overload, and I just got analysis paralysis really. And I remember specifically I'd be watching like an Athlete Next video, for example, and it would be the perfect like chest workout, and it would say don't do this exercise but do this exercise instead. I used to watch it and be like, you know so many people could do with seeing this video. And yet I was sitting there and I wasn't even going to the gym. And so these kinds of videos that I was watching and just constantly getting this new information, these were what I like to think of as like XYZ problems. So trying to optimize is not beneficial to someone who hasn't even built the habit yet. And instead, the kinds of videos I should have been watching are how to actually like set foot in the gym consistently. Because without doing that, then there's no point watching what the perfect workout is. And now I'm at the point where I've built the habit and I enjoy going to the gym and I've started to see some progress. And now those kinds of videos are going to be useful because I can understand them more because I've had this experience in the gym. And it's not until you've started like moving that you can actually start to optimize. So it wasn't until I understood the concept I talk about now where things finally start to change for me. So if you're in this kind of position where you have analysis paralysis and you just don't know where to start, then hopefully this will be helpful. So the mindset I adopted is that habits are broken when the bar is set too high. Now, this is the point where I was at, and consistency is created when the bar is low enough that becoming consistent becomes easy. Now, I love this picture on the right here to illustrate the point. You can see on the left, the guy who's taken lots of small little steps is way ahead of the guy who is trying to do too much at once. And the step is too big and you can't even get going. So what does this look like in terms of starting in the gym? So I like to view it as like split into levels, just like a game. You just start at level 1 and then you build your way up. Whereas if you went straight in at level 5, then it will be so much more difficult to actually stick to. So consistency before intensity, that's just a huge mantra that I live by. If I'm struggling to build a habit that I want to build, I think to myself, right, how can I lower the bar? How can I make it easier? And then build the consistency first and then go from there. So level 1 is literally walking through the gym door. Now you might think, what's the point of that? If, what about the workout? What about the exercise selection? What about the sets? Well, that was like I was speaking about earlier, where I was watching these Athlete Next videos of like the most optimal exercise selection and how many sets per week and all that. But I hadn't even got to level 1 where I was walking through the gym door. So it was just a problem which I didn't actually have at that time. So level 1 is just focusing on getting through the gym door. And then level 2 is, all right, you're there, you might as well do some exercises, and you can just do any like exercise you want. Use the machines. People, well, that's level 3. People like to use the machines first, usually before the free weights. They might be a bit intimidated by the free weight area, and even just doing like cardio. So, you got to the gym and you're doing some exercise, doing some lifts. Then you can go on to doing some free weights. Just go around like practicing. You don't have to follow like a strict routine. This is all about building the habit first. And then eventually, once you've figured out how to do certain exercises and you found ones that you like, ones that you don't like, then you can either start to create your own program or buy a program from someone or just get a free one. And that's like the level 5. And there can be levels for like the length of your session as well. So obviously you can start at like 0, literally, that's level 1, walking through the gym door, then upgrade it to 20 minutes, and then 30, then 45, and then an hour. But if you went straight in with like a 90-minute session 5 times a week, then it's going to be much harder to actually stick to. So my number 1 piece of advice is consistency before intensity. And if you want some accountability to help you on your journey, then I do offer one-to-one coaching. You can click the first link in the description. Apart from that, that's it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.